I got something to say. And y'all gonna listen. Y'all gonna listen because this shit got me on my bed at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I don't know why. I wish I can go to sleep. I still got the. This video not gonna have too many cuts in it. It's gonna be a real simple video. It's gonna be a rant. Because I got a lot of stuff I got on my head up here. It's on this big ass dome of mine. There'd be a lot of stuff in here, and I just feel like I need to express it somewhere because if I don't, it's gonna pop. I feel like that's why it's getting bigger. Honestly, if y'all just take a one good look, like it's. Anyways, we're gonna talk about parents and parents of teenagers to be exact. Because with all due respect, I question a lot of parents' parenting when it comes to us as teenagers. This is gonna be real opinionated, and it's gonna be my opinion, of course. And if you have an issue with it, you can just click off the video. But I'm gonna still say what the hell I got to say. Parents need to learn to stop being so controlling. They need to learn to stop being so controlling when it comes to their teenage kids. That's ages, I'm talking 13, 14, up to 18, young adult, 18, 19. As parents, a lot of them feel entitled to control us, to control our lives, to be in control of every little thing that we do, without understanding that trying to control us and doing all of this stuff to stop us from doing this and make sure we're doing this, bro, that's hurting us in the long run. That's hurting our future. And honestly, for a lot of people, that's hurting your relationship with your child. So the reason I wanted to come on here and just talk about this is because my surroundings, the people I know, my parents, no, like the way I'm able to even just come on here and speak the knowledge that I'm able to speak on this perspective is because of the way that I was raised. But a lot of teenagers nowadays are not raised the way that I was raised, and this is the biggest issue with our teenagers to this day. It's because they aren't raised the way I raised. That's why we have so many teenagers nowadays making dumb decisions, doing stuff that they're told without knowing really why they're doing it. Because they are just told to do and they do. That's why most teenagers nowadays can't think for themselves. They want to sit here and they need somebody else to think for them because of they used to. Because they were raised to be controlled by their parents. So that's all they know. And as a parent, you think you're doing the right thing controlling your child. I get it. You're not. You're not. You're not. And then it gets to a point when you have a young adult in your house. I'm talking to age 18, 17, 18, 19. A college student even. Let's just. Why do you still feel the need to control them? It doesn't quite make much sense to me because I was once told by a whole bunch of parents, once you're 18, you can do what you want. Now, we all know that's just a saying, but there holds meaning behind that. Because within those 18 years, when you're being raised, as a parent, your job is to raise your child to be able to be a person in this world within those 18 years. To be able to provide for themselves, live for themselves, to be able to do that. That's your job as a parent within those 18 years. So why are you still trying to control them past this 18? Because you still controlling them. What are you doing? You raised them already. They're their own person. You raised them. What are you doing? Right? And it's something that another parent, like parents need to start to do. Once you have a young adult in your house, you need to stop talking to them or trying to control them and treat them as if they're a child. That is a young adult you have in your house right now. Speak to them as a person. Talk to them as a person. Communicate with them. Parents are real notorious for getting mad at us and trying to tell us to do something without any explanation. Yeah, that works when we're younger. Bro, when we're 17, 18, you owe us an explanation for why we can't do this or why you don't want us to do this. And as you may think you don't because your pride is just too big for you to feel as though you need to explain anything to anybody, especially your child. Bro, that conversation of explaining, that filling that gap, that bridge, that communication with your child having that is very, very important. And honestly, when it comes to a lot of parents, that's what you probably don't think, but you're bad parents. People that are doing like have bad parenting that questions my values as you as a person with regular people out in the regular world. Person in a relationship, because the values you like with your child, you must lack them with people that should be lesser than your child. Random people on the streets, people in your work environment. If you lack these regular ethics on how to treat your child as a good person, because if you know how to treat a person in the regular world, you should treat your child a whole lot better, right or wrong. But there's parents out here that are still to this day quote unquote parenting, but in a very bullying manner. And there are parents that can have very toxic relationships with their children, and they may feel as though they are the best parents in the world because I'm inflicting a restraint or I'm inflicting discipline. No, you're not. When we're younger, of course, but if you have a young adult under your household, you're not inflicting anything but a wedge between you and your child's relationship. That's all you're doing. And parents, please understand this. Please understand this. There is no more crucial moment to sit there and try to bond with your child and get to a real good understanding with your child rather than those late teen years. Because I promise you, those are the years that are going to stick with your child for the rest of their life. For the rest of their early life. And that can depict what type of relationship you have with your child. And that should mean a lot to you. It should mean a lot to you. And one last thing before I get off this, bro, because I'm ready to go to hell to sleep, but I had to say something. Parents, please allow us to make mistakes. You can't save us from everything. You can't. You cannot save us from this world. Yes, you can guide us. Yes, you can give us information. Yes, you can tell us experiences you've been through to help us not go through them, but there's nothing you can do to hide us from everything in this world that is bad, that you are scared for us. It's nothing. We're going to go through hard times. We're going to go through rejections. We're going to go through hardships. We're going to go through it, but you have to let us go through it first. So many parents are in this mold where they try to they think they're guiding their kid. No, you're forcing your kid down a path. Let your child make their own mistakes in life. Even if you feel as though what they're trying to do is not right or it's not beneficial or it don't make sense to you, that don't mean don't tell them not to do it just because it don't make sense. It's not your life. It is your child's life. So if that's something they want to do or don't want to do, don't force them to do it. And if they don't want to, don't allow it. Like, you feel me? You can't be sitting here trying to force your child to do something, thinking you're making the right decision for them or you're going to thank me in the long run. No matter what you think, that's not your life. And as a parent, with that early adult stage in their life, in our lives, it is your duty to take that step back. You should feel confident in a parent with that. When those 18 years, you have taught and disciplined within us enough for us to make our own decisions and live our own mistakes. You should feel that. So it don't make no sense the way some of y'all parents are right here nowadays. And it's a lot of parents. And that's why there are so many, and this is why I hate, there are so many kids right now that go to college and they don't even want to. But they know that if they don't, they would be seen as a disappointment in their child, in their parents' eyes. They'll be seen as lesser than in their parents' eyes. Their parents would not be okay with it. Oh, I don't know if my parent will let me live with them if I don't go to college. College is not something you do. It's so crazy that children these days, they do things out of fear of their parents, out of fear of what their parents will think of them. You should never move in fear out of your parents. Most children should want to make their parents proud, and not because they're scared of them. Because that means nothing that your children are doing for you nothing is for them. So they're never going to truly love it. And that's all you should want as a child, for your child to be truly passionate about what they do in life, whatever it may be. Not to be making a certain amount at this age and doing this, and that, or you need to have this together. No, bro, you're not doing nothing as a parent, but making shit harder for us. Make it make sense. Just think. For my teenagers listening to this right now, because I know it's mainly teenagers, show this to y'all parents. And for y'all parents, if y'all are listening, I know you probably going to be too proud to try to listen to anything that I say. But if you take anything from this video, communicate with your child. Communicate. If you take anything, just communicate. And if you have a young adult, any teenager, 13 through 9, just communicate, bro. Because it goes a long way. A very, very long way. Now that's it for me, man. I'm done. I'm ready to go to sleep. I just had to get this off my mind, bro. I'm sorry for the rant. I'm about to start a parenting 101 class. That's what I'm about to do. How to raise a teenager. That's what I need to do. I'm going to make a book. Because y'all,